All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a really powerful philosophy, one that proves you don't need some massive earth-shattering revolution to get incredible results. We're talking about Kaizen, the art of making absolutely giant leaps by taking small, consistent steps. We're always hearing about disruptive innovation, right? That one big, flashy breakthrough. But what if the real secret to amazing performance isn't that at all? How do the best companies in the world manage to get these huge, game-changing wins from what look like tiny, almost insignificant tweaks? Okay, get this. Imagine slashing your waste, your scrap, and your costs by 40%. Yeah, 40. And this isn't some pie-in-the-sky number. This is a real, achievable result, and it's driven by the exact philosophy we're talking about today. And it doesn't stop there. How about boosting your quality and getting more product out the door? Your throughput by 35%. Think about that. That's more, better stuff, using the exact same resources you already have. But honestly, this next one might be the most powerful of all. A 60% rise in employee engagement. Now that is the crucial clue, isn't it? It tells you that the philosophy behind these numbers isn't just about processes and spreadsheets. It's about people. So, what is this powerful idea? Let's dive right in. This whole philosophy is built on a simple idea: small steps that, over time, lead to giant leaps. And the concept is called Kaizen. It's a Japanese philosophy based on continuous incremental improvement. This is not about one massive, radical overhaul that turns everything upside down. No, it's the opposite. It's about engaging every single employee, every single day, to find and eliminate waste. It's a mindset that just says there is always a better way. So to really get what makes Kaizen tick, we need to look at its foundation. It's built on 5 core principles that all work together to create a culture where things are just constantly getting better. These principles are the secret sauce. It starts with universal involvement. I mean, it just makes sense, right? The people who actually do the work know it best. Then you pair that with a relentless hunt for waste elimination. But here's the real game changer: process-oriented thinking. When something goes wrong, you don't point fingers, you don't blame people, you look at the system and ask, how did our process let this happen? And to fix that system, you need employee empowerment. You got to give teams the authority to actually make changes. And they do that using proven lean tools to get the job done. It creates this amazing cycle of trust and real ownership. So that's the big idea. But how do you actually do it day to day? Well, let's look at the practical engine that drives this whole thing forward: the PDCA cycle. You can think of this as the scientific method, but supercharged for business. It's a simple but incredibly powerful loop. First, you plan. You identify a problem or an opportunity. Then you do. You test out a small-scale, low-risk solution. Then you check. You look at the data. Did it actually work? And finally, you act. If it succeeded, great. You make it the new standard. If not, no big deal. You learn from it, and you start the cycle all over again. This simple process makes change safe, smart, and driven by facts, not guesses. Now, Kaizen gets put into practice in 2 main ways, and they really work together. First, you have daily Kaizen. This is the heartbeat of the system. Just small, constant improvements made by employees as part of their everyday work. Then you have Kaizen events. Think of these as a focused sprint, an intense workshop where a team drops everything for a few days to solve one big specific problem. A really healthy system uses both. And it's so cool to see how this scales. It usually starts small, with what's called point Kaizen, just fixing a single nagging issue at one workstation. Then you start connecting those fixes, and it grows into line Kaizen, where you optimize an entire workflow. But the ultimate goal is plain Kaizen. That's when this mindset is so deep in the company's DNA that it transforms the entire culture. It's a clear path from one small fix to a total evolution. Okay, so the theory is great, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's check out some actual results and see Kaizen in action. And these results prove just how versatile this is. I mean, look at Toyota, the pioneers here. They literally have their equipment setup times. That gave them incredible flexibility. Now jump over to a totally different world: healthcare. A hospital cut patient wait times by 30%. 30! Just imagine what that feels like for a worried patient. And this even works in a typical office. An admin department saved 500 staff hours every single month just by getting their team to eliminate reports that nobody was even reading. That is time they got back to do work that actually matters. The point is, Kaizen works anywhere. So you might be thinking, okay, that's cool for a giant company, but what about me?
Well, that's the beauty of it. Kaizen isn't just for massive corporations. Anyone can start. So let's walk through a simple plan to get your journey started. Here it is, a practical 90-day starter plan. In month 1, you just build the foundation. Train a few people who are excited about it, set up a simple way to gather ideas, and pick just one small area to try it out. In month 2, you execute. Run your first couple of those PDCA cycles on small problems and, this part is key, shout about your wins. Publicize them. You need that early momentum. By month 3, it's all about making it stick. You standardize the new, better way of doing things and set up regular reviews to lock in those gains. It's a totally manageable way to get going.
As you get started on this, I want you to hold on to this one fundamental idea. Real improvement doesn't happen in a meeting room staring at a whiteboard. You have to go and see for yourself. You have to get up, go to where the work is actually happening, and observe. That's where you'll find the truth. That's where all the opportunities are. And that really brings us to the final, most essential takeaway here. Kaizen isn't a project. It doesn't have a finish line. It's what you'd call an infinite game. It is a journey, not a destination. Every small step you take, every tiny improvement you make, just creates the foundation for the next one. So I guess the only real question is, where will you take your first step?